He's wide open. Yes, sir. Lastimosa, another three.
Jerome Lastimosa, three.
Oh, go. Triple for Jerome Lastimosa.
Melesio all day to shoot. Gets it to go. Lasar is off and running. Melesio behind the back pass again. Justin Lasar brings that baby home. Cani against Desiderio. The bang in the bucket. They swing it to Comboy, who's had the hot hand. Still finds a way. Fading away on one leg. Ildefonso will drive right. That's all muscle. Changes direction. Twice he does that. Navigates through Pasay traffic. A double-double performance for Philip Manalang. Straightaway jumper. Nothing but sweet string music.
Manzo with a steal. All the way.
That's one out of the back.
Highlight. The University of the Philippines. After
Here's
32
the
years.
end of the moment.
CJ for three. Are you kidding me? Subido with a crossover. Subido for three. Renzo Subido. Ravenna leaves it for Edge. Oh! Here's Matt, the 30. Highlight coming. Two-hand slam. Dominance and the excellence of the Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagles continues.
And we welcome you to the championship capital of Philippine basketball, the Araneta Coliseum, as we are getting closer and closer to the end of the second round, which means we are getting nearer and nearer to the UAAP Final Four or a UAAP stepladder, depending on the outcome of our remaining games. The Adamson Soaring Falcons taking on the FEU Tamaraos. That will start in a moment, and later this afternoon, the De La Salle Green Archers take on the UST Growling Tigers. And pleasant afternoon, everyone watching us live on SNA. Miko Alili with Mikey Reyes. I'll get to Mikey's thoughts in a bit. I'd like to introduce the other members of our coverage team. Rain Matienzo will tell us everything that's happening on the Adamson side. And Maris Domingo will tell us all the stories from the FEU side of the basketball court. So we'll get to their reports in a bit. I'll go back to Mikey. Mikey, ang lapit na natin. No? We are in the home stretch of the elimination round. And so when we show the standings, you really will explain to the fans why this game is so critical for the teams involved.
Well, yeah, as we move closer to the end of the elimination round, and like what you said, we're going to find out if we're going to go through a stepladder or a regular Final Four format. Games are getting more important, more crucial as the Adamson Soaring Falcons coming off a loss against the UP Fighting Maroons. Sumislim na yung chances nila into making it to the Final Four, but they need this win here today. And as for the FEU Tamaraos getting that big win against the DLSU Green Archers, one of their rivals in terms of fighting for a Final Four spot. That was a big win for them, and if they can get this win here today, then that'll be a big boost to their confidence, especially dun sa entering our Final Four.
Now, between these two teams, FEU might be the more confident team. Why? Well, in their first round meeting, it was FEU that won over the Soaring Falcons.
Well, when you talk about FEU and Adamson, it's really defense against offense. And in that first round matchup, it was a 12-point win by the FEU Tamaraos, and they really clamped down on the Falcons, holding Valchao at 14 points, Ahanmisi to only 12 points, and Duanga to only 11 points. And if you have the guy down there who is known more of as the defensive anchor for the Tamaraos, if he can score like this, 21 points, broke out here in Season 82, along with 19 rebounds and 6 blocks. Pat Chuente holding his own on both ends of the floor. On the other side, Valchao with 14, 7, and 2. Pero yung free throw story doon, 24 out of 37 for the FEU Tamaraws. Just a lot more aggressive on the offensive end. Again, second best defensive team in the league, and if they can play offense like that, then marami talaga silang papahirapan dito sa UAAP.
You know, speaking of maraming motivation at dahilan ng Adamson to try and bounce back in this game. They also want to erase that very recent memory of losing to the UP Fighting Maroons. So they're coming off a loss. This is, one of our emerging rivalries, this UP-Adamson rivalry.
And just like in the first round, nahabol na naman sila ng UP. Just really inconsistent when they went up against UP twice here this year. It was actually an 11-2 start for Adamson. They led by 8 at the end of the first. UP made a run. Only a 1-point deficit between Adamson and UP in halftime. Pero Adamson was leading by 12 big points with 7 minutes in the third, but again in the fourth quarter, 24-11 for the UP Fighting Maroons, which is something Adamson and Coach Franz Pomarin need to address. Yes, they were outshot just by a tad bit in terms of field goal percentage. Merong dalawang 3-pointers na nilamang doon ang UP. Pero the free throw story, again, they need to play better defense. Talking about Adamson, a little more honest defense. And on the offensive end, yes, they're aggressive in terms of the boards, but they need to attack the basket a little bit more, maybe get to the foul line a little bit more, which will also help in their confidence and in finding their rhythm.
A guy who will not stop attacking, that's Val Chauca. Now, in their last game, he was sensational in the first half. Just could not sustain it in the second half.
Well, like what you said in the first half, just really running around the UP defenders and just really holding his own, getting all his points even from the outside, inside. It didn't really matter in the first half because for Val Chauca, when you talk about his statistics the whole game, 19 points and 18 shots, 5 assists, it's not a bad game. Pero nakita mo naman, he owned yung pagkatalo na yun ng Adamson, and that's what a point guard does, and that's what we can expect from Val Chauca. Why? Because in the second half, he was only 1 for 4, 2 points, 3 turnovers, 2 in the crucial moments of that game, and he felt like he was the one who let his teammates down, and you would want to see that from your leader, and hopefully he can bounce back here in this game.
So Val Chauca and the Adamson Soaring Falcons, they're looking at the team standings and they're studying what needs to be done. So let's bring in Rain Matienzo. And Rain, we'd like to know, what are Adamson's options as they prepare for this game against FEU? Rain?
Nico and Mikey, fight or flight, those are the only two options of the Adamson Soaring Falcons in their rally to stay alive for their Final Four dream. Nobody told us it was going to be easy. Paulit-ulit yung sinasabi ni Coach Franz Pomarin sa kanila. Every practice, every game, and every huddle as a reminder for the Falcons to not lose heart despite their current standing. A heavy atmosphere actually filled the dugout up to the Falcon home court after a prolonged drought against the UP Fighting Maroons. Today is another battle though, as assistant coach Don Aliado anticipates Adamson to struggle most with containing FEU from making those dribble drives, thus requiring a more potent Falcon defense. On the flip side, amidst the failed attempt to fight off the Maroons, the San Marcelino troops sustained their good bench numbers, making the team's depth finally noticeable despite being rookie-laden. Now the Falcons will either be a step further or take a backseat in Season 82, but one thing's for sure, they won't let that journey end today. Back to you, Miko and Mikey.
Thank you very much, Rain, for really bringing us into the mindset of the Adamson Soaring Falcons for this showdown against the Tamaraws. So now let's talk about the FEU Tamaraws. And Mikey, you feel that this team is a team that is possibly peaking at the right time.
Well, they're starting to find their offense. Throughout Season 82, they've been banking on their defense. Second best defensive team in the league. Only number 2 to the 12-0 Ateneo Blue Eagles, and the FEU Tamaraws just here in their game against LaSalle. Just breaking out and showing us what they can do on the offensive side of the floor. And their outside shooting was just amazing to watch, including itong si Tuffin, you had Comboy, you had even LJ Gonzalez had a good day. And in terms of field goal percentage, 54% from the field was FEU. They had 7 more 3-pointers and they shot 29 attempts from the outside. You talk about confidence, you talk about trying to find their capabilities or trying to reach their maximum potential on the offensive side of the floor. And of course, sharing the basketball also, 19 assists for the FEU Tamaraws. And if you make that much baskets on the first try, you don't really need second chance points. So doon sila nalamangan ng DLSU.
A thoroughly impressive performance by the Tamaraws, and so tama lang, let's give a shout out to the players who excelled in that ball game.
Well, it was just all FEU in that game. Again, it was a 27-11 first quarter, and they just never cooled down as we look at Torres, Gonzalez, and Tuffin. That is 10 3-pointers between these three guys. And you talk about LJ Gonzalez, we don't really know him, or he's not really known as a shooter, but to shoot 14 points in that game and shoot 3 of 4 from the outside. And before that game, he only hit 5 3-pointers through his first how many games here in Season 82. If he can be consistent with that outside shot, along with Ken Tuffin and Cyrus Torres, who have always been, they've always had that calling card in hitting from the outside. And this offensive team of FEU, along with their defensive prowess, then, you know, the sky's the limit for this team.
Let's bring in Maurice Domingo. And Maurice, we'd like to know what is energizing FEU for this ball game.
Well, Mika and Mikey, first of all, it has been a roller coaster experience for the Tamaraws. But with 2 games remaining in the elimination round, you know, they're very much energized to know that they're in this crazy race to the Final Four. After that win that got away against the Ateneo Blue Eagles, you know, they really redeemed themselves and dominated the court in that war-to-war win against the Green Archers. In that game, we've seen how Patrick Chuente and his dunks made the team spirits lift. That's why team captain Ken Toffin said, Patrick's confidence is confidence for us all. When he feels good, we all feel the same way. And I think that's the coherence that the team needs to play together. With that, Coach also Rosella applauded the team's defensive play, which shut down LaSalle from making any serious run. But he added, there's no reason for us to celebrate yet. We still have 2 more do-or-die games. That's why Miko and Mikey, the coaching staff, reminded the boys about their 12 midnight rule. This is for them to leave behind any sentiments they have in their last game, move forward, and focus on their next game. And today, it is against Adamson Soaring Falcons. Back to you, Miko and Mikey.
Oh, Maurice, thank you for sharing to everyone yung 12 midnight rule. Akala ko wag na magte-text after 12 midnight.
Hindi pala.
Yung pala, dapat kalimutan na yung mga problema or, after 12 midnight. That's a great rule.
Sure, and especially if you have a coaching staff like that. Mentally, yun ang pwede nilang gawin. Not only physically matutulungan nila, but mentally, they know what it takes to get ball games.
Let's look at our primetime player matchup for this ball game. Sweet shooting, Jerica Nisi against sweet shooting Wendelino Comboy.
It's really the seniors for both teams, off guards, trying to go at it here today. In terms of scoring, they had subpar performances in their last game, 13 points and 13 shots for Jerica Nisi against UP. Against the LSU, Wendell Comboy had 12 points and 13 shots. So we'll see here today if they can find their rhythm again early in this matchup.
That's a great matchup between 2 great shooters. And Jerome Lastimosa, Coach Franz Pomaren is expecting a bounce-back performance from his very talented point guard.
Well, we always talk about Val Chauca, but we can't forget that last season, Jerome Lastimosa really made a name for himself, especially in that Final Four matchup against UP. So we can't forget what he can bring to the table for Coach Franz Pomaren in their last game against UP. 1 of 6 from the field, 3 points, 3 rebounds, and they want him to be a little more aggressive, especially going up against the backcourt of LJ Gonzalez, Wendell Comboy, Royce Alforque. Mapapalaban itong backcourt duo naman ng Adamson, including itong si Jerome Lastimosa.
This is going to be a fast-paced game for sure. And then, after looking at Jerome Lastimosa, let's look at the big man of FEU. Maurice Domingo pointed out that for FEU, whatever mood that Pachuente sets, everybody will follow.
Oh, yeah, especially on the defensive side of the floor, and the effort he puts in for FEU on that side of the floor. 8 points, 7 rebounds against the LSU. Didn't really need to dominate that much. Sabi nga natin dito itong si Pachuente. But Adamson will need to look out for him because, like what we said earlier, Pachuente had his best performance of the season against the Adamson Soaring Falcons. So that's going to be a big assignment for Lenda Duanga and the rest of the front court of Adamson.
In just a moment, we'll start the Wednesday showdown between the FEU Tamaraws and the Adamson Soaring Falcons live here on SNA. Let's look at our primary protagonists as Adamson takes on FEU.
And the backcourt of Adamson always starting for Coach Franz Pomarin, Val Chauca, and Jerica Anmisi, along with Lenda Duanga. Vince Magbuhos will start with the rookie Joshua Hierro on the other side of the floor. LJ Gonzalez, his shooting partner. Cyrus Torres will be there, and like what we said, yung anchor nila sa ilalim, Pat Chuente, along with other defensive specialists in Alex Stockton and Barkley Ibonia. And this is what Coach Olsen wants, a defensive start as they go up against Adamson. I'm sure they watched that game against UP when Adamson went up against UP, and they saw the start, the hot start that Val Chauca got in.
Our officials for today, our Chief Justice is Ricor Buaron, working with Aaron Cañete and Jesus Boras. Adamson heading into this ball game with 4 wins and 7 losses. Really need to win this one and their remaining games. FEU heading into the showdown at 6-6. Bear in mind, there is that very, very tight traffic jam in the middle of the team standings. You have Ateneo, then UP, then UST, and then you have FEU, LaSalle, and Adamson really going bumper to bumper as we near the end of the second round.
And if you go down to 8 losses, talking about Adamson, if they lose this game, that's why this is very, very important for them.
Nice hang time move by Alex Stockton to get us started here inside the Big Dome.
And that's what he can bring to the table. Not the prettiest of plays always from Alex Stockton, but he gets the job done, and on the offensive end, just attacking the basket for the first 2 points of the game.
Duanga to Joshua Hierro, being monitored by Torres. Chauca on the floor to Anmisi. Shot clock down to 3. Jerica Anmisi has to create. He finds Magbuhos and the shot clock expires.
Again, the second best defensive team in the league, FEU, already reintroducing themselves to the Falcons in that first possession and forcing them to a 24-second shot clock violation.
Joshua Hierro, Euro step, 2 points.
Stepping around LJ Gonzalez, defense to offense for Adamson.
Mitsubishi Mirage G4 drive of the ball game.
Really at a position that Cyrus Torres is used to. Great defense there for Adamson, forcing Cyrus Torres to cutting to the basket instead of spotting up from the outside.
How would you compare the playing styles of these two teams?
Well, really, offense against defense. Again, dito pa lang sa point guard matchup natin, Chauca against Gonzalez. This is going to be a tough matchup for both of them on both sides of the floor.
As Joshua Hierro will miss, Chauca with an offensive rebound. Anmisi for 3. Too strong. Rebound, LJ Gonzalez. Gonzalez quickly to Barkley Ibonia. Kick out pass. Cyrus Torres is wide open for 3.
And that's great ball movement for FEU, finding their best shooter from the outside wide open.
Vivo V17 shoot beyond limits. Cyrus Torres makes it a 3-point game.
And that's what Adamson needs to be wary of also, is LJ Gonzalez pushing the tempo and the basketball every time he has the chance to.
Meantime, Magbuhos, hand off to Chauca. Chauca to Anmisi. Anmisi back to Chauca. Shot clock winding down. Chauca fires a 3.
And 0 of 1 for both Anmisi and Val Chauca to start the game.
As Stockton attacks and loses the ball, Chuente has it. Chuente can't get the bounce. And Duanga wins the battle for the rebound, but you know, players are doing that a lot against Duanga. Yung tinatapik talaga.
He likes to put the ball below his waist, kaya nakukuha ng mga maliliit.
Meantime, Gonzalez against Hierro. Pull up by LJ Gonzalez.
And that's something he has improved on.
A pure gold always, panalo move.
We always talk about how LJ Gonzalez could add a different dynamic to his game if he can add a jump shot, and he shows that early in this game.
You're giving defenders so many problems if you add a jump shot to LJ's game. As Duanga gets away, he faked, he had an open look, and in recovery by Barkley Ibonia on defense.
That was great execution for Adamson, finding Lenda Duanga down low. Kaya lang pumake pa against a smaller defender.
Meantime, Barkley Ibonia looking for a teammate. Handoff, LJ Gonzalez. Shot clock down to 10. Torres. 5-point lead for FEU. Torres fires a 3. And Chuente gets an offensive rebound.
That's what he does. Effort plays again for Alex Stockman and Pat Chuente.
As Ebonia, hand off Chuente. Chuente will miss. Chuente will have one more try here, and he will miss again.
But still, the activity of Pat Chuente down low.
As Vince Magbuhos uncorks and a rebound for Chuente. 6:36 remaining here in the opening quarter as Stockton scores off the glass. So it's an 8-2 start for FEU after that Jollibee 100%. The amazing move. Alex Stockton and the Tamaraws are ahead by 7 points. Back inside the Big Dome for this Wednesday duel between the Adamson Soaring Falcons and the FEU Tamaraws. Earlier today, the UP Fighting Maroons edged out the NU Bulldogs in yet another close game, 80-77. By the way, Simon Camacho is in the ball game for the first time for Adamson, and the Falcons. They need to adjust early here, and they're trailing here as Val Chauca fires away.
Well, they need to find better shots. They've been settling for outside jumpers, and this is what we were saying about FEU. Are they peaking at the right moment? Well, their defense has been on point all throughout this season, but they're starting to find the bucket and sharing the basketball, starting out in this game 4 of 8 from the field. And when you have a sniper like Cyrus Torres who can spread the floor out for you, mas madali yung points in the paint mo. 29 3-point field goals made here this season. Number 1 in the league is Cyrus Torres.
It's always nice when you have a big shooter. So hard to close out on Cyrus Torres, and he has that really nice looking form. As Gonzalez fires, can't get the bounce.
Well, it's easier if you have a point guard who can also attack the basket, and then you have a shooter in Cyrus Torres.
As Ahad-Misi, that's a tough shot for Ahad-Misi, and he will take 2 free throws.
On number 2, Alex Stockton.
Almost highlight for LJ Gonzalez.
Oh, he's going to be putting people on Instagram for years to come.
Dropping his defender. Sayang,
Yeah, the only thing missing was making the shot. Yep. Was it Yero? I think it was Yero who almost became an Instagram highlight. As Ahad-Misi fires.
Cut after the shot.
Yes.
But Ahad-Misi finding himself behind the free throw line, and this is what they did on the next possession. Like what sabi natin kanina, they're settling for jumpers. Jerica Ahad-Misi trying to attack the basket, getting 2 free throws, and seeing the ball go through the hoop is important for the scorer like Jerica Ahad-Misi.
Still a 5-point lead for the Tamaraws in the opening period. Pressure defense here by Adamson. Tuffin fires a 3. And the ball will go out in favor of Adamson.
Talking about adding a jump shot, that's what Ken Tuffin has did, or he has improved on a little more entering season 82, known as an inside guy. Yes, may outside shot siya kahit papano, but this season really emerging as one of the better shooters of FEU.
Meantime, Jerome Lastimosa now setting up the offense for Adamson as we near the 5-minute mark of the opening quarter. Falcons still down by 5 points. Lastimosa to Camacho. Simon Camacho on the move. Camacho will miss. And the ball is up for grabs. Duwanga has it. Camacho has it, and Camacho is fouled.
And that's what Adamson needs to do against the front line of FEU, is to match their effort and energy. Again, attacking the basket was
Foul on
Adamson.
number 2, Alex
Simon Camacho
Stockton.
getting in the lane. Missing the first
Substitution
try,
for the
but a lot of
timeout,
second
lead
tries
of
and
one
third
point for
tries
Alex Stockton.
for Adamson. Again, free throws coming the way of the Falcons.
2 shots, Simon Camacho.
Well, the Falcons may be trailing, but they certainly are not lacking in aggressiveness, as Camacho makes the first of 2 free throws.
Well, so far after that timeout, it's been a 3-0 run. A chance to make it 4 for Simon Camacho.
Two for 2 for veteran Simon Camacho, and that will cut down FEU's lead to 3. Tuffin in the front court, and now hands it over to LJ Gonzalez. Gonzalez, ooh, look at that. Steps on the brakes
LJ
and knocks it
Gonzalez.
down as we hit our Gatorade hydration checkpoint.
That was a take 2
Wow.
for LJ Gonzalez, this time connecting on the jumper.
You know, Lastimosa ended up in the Mall of Asia Arena.
As araneta pa si LJ.
As Anisi connects with a nice-looking pull-up J. Hey, what a flex, kakaibang move. It is 11-8. Adamson still trailing by 3. We'll be back in a moment. Back inside the Big Dome, this is the UAAP live on SNA. Good afternoon, everyone watching us on SNA, on Liga, on I1, on TFC.tv, wherever you are, however you're watching. We welcome you to our special coverage of Season 82 of the UAAP. It's a 3-point game for FEU Comboy. Hubert Cani is in the ball game for the first time. They go to Chuente. Shot clock reads 9. Chuente, handoff to Cani. Hubert Cani with a runner and a rebound for Duwanga.
And that's great defense for Linda. Duwanga pushing Pachuente out all the way to the 3-point line. And that's just unfamiliar territory for them. Although Cani got a good shot, unfortunately didn't make it.
And that's a turnover against the
Substitution
Falcons.
for the Cameroons, Royce Alforque coming in the game.
LJ
Substitution for the
Gonzalez
Soaring Falcons.
putting on a show
Joy
here in the
Sabandal for
first
Joshua
quarter.
Yero.
As the rookie, Joem Sabandal, along with another rookie, and Royce Alforque entering the fray for the first time.
So Royce Alforque joins Comboy, Tuffin, Cani, and Chuente on the hard court for FEU. Tuffin is wide open from the corner.
And that's a shot you don't want to give him, talking about Kenneth Tuffin.
Man Alive Vision player finds Ken Tuffin there for the open 3. And it's back to a 6-point lead for FEU. A getaway by Lastimosa, but a rebound for Tuffin.
And that's the effort of Pachuente trying to disrupt that open lane.
Good job by Sabandal disrupting that move by Alforque. Under 4 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Confident shot there by Sabandal. Rebound. Another rebound for Tuffin. Comboy. Bounce pass, Chuente, and Chuente was caught dancing to the wrong song, so the ball will go back to Adamson.
This is something that Pat Chuente can improve on.
There McDonald's is a replay, the nice extra pass by Hubert Canning to the wide open Ken Tuffy.
I'm sure in the scouting report that Coach Franz gave to his players, Kenneth Tuffin has that shot, and they don't want to give that to him and get him going here in this game.
Step back, Nisi short. Duwanga fighting for the basketball. Alforque also wants it.
And that's just great individual defense for Wendell Comboy against his matchup. Jerica Hanmisi forcing him to a tough fadeaway, going to his right.
14 seconds to shoot.
In a game of runs so far, FEU getting out that early lead. Adamson making a game out of it, and here FEU also countering that run by Adamson.
Lastimosa, shot clock reads 6. Inside they go to Camacho. Outside to Sabandal. And it's a traveling violation.
That's a shot that Joem Sabandal should be willing to take. Yes, he missed his first attempt. But you're talking about a baby Falcon who was an MVP candidate in the juniors division along with his former teammate in AP Manlapas. These two guys will be the future, or even the present, talking about AP Manlapas, of Adamson.
What about this Sabandal Alforque matchup? We're gonna see these guys go at it here in the UAAP for years to come. As Tuffin, wow, he likes those corner shots. Three-pointer for Ken Tuffin.
And that's just a confident stroke for Ken Tuffin. Both corners, same result. 6 points here early for Ken.
And the biggest lead of the game for FEU. Sabandal, handoff, Camacho. Duwanga, 15-footer. Rebound ends up with AP Manlapas. Putback is good for Camacho. Yamaha Mio, #1 move for Simon Camacho.
That's the energy and intensity of both guys, Camacho and Manlapas, just not giving up on the play.
Here's Alforque. Tuffin, touch pass. Canny. Hubert Canny. Comboy. Great ball movement. A rebound for Duwanga.
Would have been better if it resulted to 3 points, but still player movement and ball movement shown there by FEU.
Here's Lastimosa for 3. What a rebound for Tuffin. That's just a lot of effort for Ken Tuffin. 7-point lead for FEU. Under 2 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Canny against Camacho to Tuffin. Tuffin to Alforque. Shot clock winding down. It's Alforque against Lastimosa. And Alforque is fouled.
And just fearless is Royce Alforque going up against Jerome Lastimosa. They're asking for the clear out. Shot clock winding down. You talk about confidence. Ken Tuffin, again, 2 3-point shots here in the first quarter. On the other end, Simon Camacho and AP Manlapas just helping each other out and getting that bucket.
Oh, sneaky play, but Alforque could not convert.
We've seen that a couple of times coming from FEU.
And then here's Lastimosa. And the tip-in is good for Lenda Duwanga.
Good effort there for Lenda Duwanga. And a lot of second chance points here for Adamson.
Alforque outside. Comboy, that's his shot. Comboy, that's a three-pointer.
We also have to commend the slashers of FEU, really getting inside the paint and attracting multiple defenders, leaving their shooters wide open from the outside.
Back to an 8-point advantage for FEU as we near the end of the opening period. AP Manlapas, 10 to shoot. Lastimosa against Alforque. Lastimosa, where will he go? Lastimosa to Duwanga, one-hander short. Chuente clears the rebound. Pat Chuente very busy with getting rebounds here with 6.
And it's really tough to attack all the way to the paint when Pat Chuente is underneath the rim there waiting for you.
Shot clock reads 10, under 30 seconds remaining in the first period. Alforque on the move. Alforque all the way. Chuente with a putback.
I was about to say Lenda Duwanga doing a good job putting a body on Pat Chuente, but at the last possible moment, letting Pat Chuente enter the paint and get that stick back off that Alforque miss.
It's now a 10-point lead for FEU. 4 seconds remaining in the opening quarter, and that will be a foul against Alforque. They can afford to give up that foul.
And that's a veteran move there
Foul
veteran
on number
play
31,
for the rookie Royce
Alforque.
Alforque. I'm sure Coach National Sela
Substitution for the Soaring
reminded
Falcons.
him that they had fouls to give.
Coming in the game.
Duente will sit down and Barkley Bonya is in. Aaron Fermin will check in for the first time for Adamson with 2.9 seconds to go in the first quarter. Estimosa, Manlapas at the buzzer. At the end of the opening quarter, the FEU Tamaraws are looking razor sharp, leading by 10 points, 22-12. We'll be back in a moment. All right, back inside the Big Dome. We're about to start the second quarter. I thought there was like a commotion somewhere, you know, in the patron section. Yung pala si Richie Rivero nandito pa. Akala ko nagkakagulo eh.
And what's funny
But nagkakagulo naman talaga, no? But
It's the start
really
of the
ecstatic
second
to spend
quarter.
some moments with Richie Rivero of the UP Fighting Maroons, and they won over NU earlier, 80-77. UP moves up to 8-4. NU will slide down to 2-10.
And what's funny about that situation is just a few seats away from the commotion, Abando was sitting quietly, watching the game, getting ready for their matchup against...
Oh, you should see Renz Abando when he's in España and how people go wild when they see Renz Abando walking inside the sprawling UST campus. As we welcome you to the second quarter of this Wednesday showdown between Adamson and FEU. What happened in that opening quarter? Why did FEU control that opening period?
Well, just game of runs for FEU. Again, they were trying to stop Val Chaco and the rest of the Falcons to start the game. And then Adamson made that counter run. And then FEU made outside shots, care of Ken Tuffin and the rest of the scorers. Even Comboy had one in the first. So just really a game of runs in that first quarter between both teams.
Well, finally, Tuffin misses a corner shot and a rebound for Chauca. Here's AP Manlapas against Tuffin. Good move by Manlapas, but the ball will stay with Adamson.
Ken Tuffin adding that jumper from the outside along with his energy for getting those loose balls, getting a hand on a basketball on every play. Just makes it tougher to defend this guy.
Mojica. Chauca on the move, and he was caught with a traveling violation.
Really doing a good job on guarding Val Chauca. Is FEU, the FEU guards giving him no room, no airspace to get those shots off, forcing him to attack the basket, and in that opportunity, forcing him to a traveling violation.
We are in the early moments of the second quarter. And back-to-back misses now for Ken Tuffin, but FEU still ahead, 22-15.
Can Adamson take advantage of those back-to-back misses?
Here's Chauca. Outside Mojica. Lots of time to shoot for Adamson. Mojica against Comboy. Mojica. Chauca spins. Chauca to Aaron Fermin for three.
Again, great defense on Val Chauca. Already a body up on him as he turned away from Ken Tuffin.
Hubert Cani to Tuffin. Tuffin will try again. And that's a three.
And that's confidence. Missing 2 straight and still having the confidence to let it fly.
Vivo V17 shoot beyond limits.
Kumbaga, kahit ilang minutes pa yan, he believes he's gonna make the next one. Ken Tuffin, 3 3-pointers here in the first half.
And it's back to a 10-point advantage for FEU. Manlapas on the move. Tough shot for AP Manlapas. A Jollibee 100% amazing move for Manlapas.
That's the skill set of AP Manlapas, finding ways to score the basketball, especially inside the paint.
Gonzalez thought about the three, sends it to Cani. Shot clock reads 10. Hubert Cani goes right. Hubert Cani goes to Comboy. Comboy for three. Too strong. Rebound, Ebonya, and Ebonya is called for traveling.
Again, great attack there for Hubert Cani. Attracting help defenders, leaving it off. Wendell Comboy. Again, really just getting multiple defenders to come at you, leaving defenders wide open as AP Manlapas goes all the way to the rim with the offhand. And the athleticism and fearlessness of AP Manlapas, just a good combination for a rookie.
Still over 7 minutes remaining in the first half. Camacho to Anmisi. Falcons down by 8 points. Anmisi for three. The rebound for LJ Gonzalez. Gonzalez, good pass to Ebonya.
Oh, a two-man game there, ran to perfection for LJ Gonzalez and Barkley Ebonya. LJ Gonzalez being patient in waiting until that right moment to give the ball off to Barkley Ebonya, and Barkley Ebonya with a sweet-looking finish.
Back to a 10-point lead for FEU. Chauca against Gonzalez. Camacho on the left side. Camacho to Fermin. Aaron Fermin connects.
He has that shot. Aaron Fermin, that's a good weapon there to complement the big guys of Adamson. Trying to pull out the other big guy all the way to the perimeter is Aaron Fermin.
Torres is in motion. Torres. Back to Gonzalez. Shot clock reads 9. LJ Gonzalez. Bullet pass intercepted by Manlapas, and the ball will go back to FEU.
Ken Tuffin, 3 of 6 from beyond the arc. 4 rebounds in only 8 minutes, and those 3 of 6 shot from the outside, and those are the only shots that he's taken here in today's game. So you talk about a guy who was feasting down low in past years. Ito naman, all shot attempts coming from deep. Ken Tuffin.
Those are high-quality shots for Ken Tuffin. 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Barkley Ebonya with a spin. Barkley Ebonya trying to go all the way. Ebonya again.
That second effort again for Barkley Ebonya. Another bucket for him.
And that was a What of Lakes kakaibang move. Chauca pulling up. Chauca will miss. Aaron Fermin, offensive rebound. Falcons still down by 10 points. Anmisi against Joseph Nunag. And now picked up by Torres. Anmisi with a shot clock down to 3, and Anmisi is fouled.
You talk about defense. Val Chauca in their first half against UP, 17 points.
That's his first
Here in
foul.
the first half so
Warm
far,
at the
0 para kay Val Chauca against FEU.
As we look at our McDonald's instant replay, and I like the takbong mayami Barkley Ebonya after a hard-earned bucket. You deserve to run like a millionaire.
Yun ang literal na takbong Araneta. yun ang takbong Araneta.
Todo flex pa eh. And I like it. We like it. Good job by Mr. Ebonya. Meantime, here's Anmisi. Fermin is open. Aaron Fermin on the move. The big man has moves inside, and he scores off the glass.
Former standout from the juniors division of Arellano, showing us the moves there, being patient down low.
Nunag is pushed by Joe M. Sabandal.
Holding foul on number 1, Joan
To this, Aaron
Sabandal.
Fermin
That's his
against the
first
veteran
foul,
Barkley
1 on the
Iponya.
Soaring
The spin
Falcons.
move, the up and under, and the finish. Ayun, takbong Araneta din sa kabila. Ito si Aaron Fermin.
That's a rookie, by the way, making that move. And the Rosella brothers hoping to lead FEU to win number 7 after today's game. And a
Joseph
getaway by
Nunag.
Joseph Nunag as we hit our Gatorade hydration checkpoint.
And that's a welcome surprise for FEU, getting extra points from their role players. A big reason why they have this double-digit lead.
And Misi, very quiet so far here in the first half. Puts up a tough shot and it connects.
Misi.
6 points for Jerica
Mandatory
Misi.
timeout.
And he will cut down that FEU lead 31-23. We'll be back after this timeout. Back inside the Big Dome as we take a look at our BDO coach's winning ways. And that is a man who knows so much about winning games, winning championships, coaching a lot of legendary players as LJ Gonzalez. This is that time.
LJ Gonzalez putting his defenders on skates already for the third time.
He is making defenders surf in La Union. That's what he's doing. I'm nervous for people who are guarding LJ Gonzalez.
Shot clock at 21 seconds.
And the ability to just stop on a dime after from 100 to 0.
Which is not easy.
No!
Bricks kung bricks for LJ Gonzalez.
Meantime, here's Anmisi on the move. Anmisi is hijacked in midair, and the ball will stay with Adamson.
And FEU has done a good job just making
Substitution
life
for
hard
the
for
Terminals.
Jerica and Misi and
Faisal
Val
Forte
Chapa.
for
Even though
LJ Gonzalez.
Jerica and Misi has 8 points here in the
12
first half,
seconds
all
on
those
the shot
shots
clock.
were hard earned and worked for Jerica and Misi.
8 to shoot for Adamson. Anmisi, top of the key. He fires a 3.
Again, that was a challenge shot there.
For Jerica and Misi, great defense and new for FEU.
Nunag against Lastimosa. Nunag missed it that time. Good tap there by Nunag, and the ball stays with FEU. And then he fires a 3. Yes, sir!
Oh, that shot is those 3 points are well
Nunag.
deserved for Nunag. Missing the first attempt, getting the offensive rebound.
A tough shot for Joe M. Sabandal. FEU, however, still ahead. 34-25.
Great possessions here coming from new guys from FEU and Adamson.
Torres, runner. Now look at Barkley Bonya working relentlessly to get those rebounds.
In terms of perimeter points, again, FEU 24-27 already from the perimeter. Talking about FEU, and this is the second best defensive team in the league, and if you can shoot like this, 12-point lead here for FEU.
Courtesy of that three-pointer by Branray Bienes. 3-point field goal story here.
47% from the outside is FEU, and Adamson needs to do a better job, especially in the second half, if they want to make the game out of this.
Here's Alforque inside Ebonia. Ebonia against two defenders. Good anticipation by Anmisi. Jeric Anmisi is on the move. Sends it to Sabandal. Cross court to Camacho. Camacho inside. Camacho for two.
That's a great find there for Joem Sabandal.
And that was a PS bankable assist from Sabandal to Camacho. Parang PS Bank personal loan maasahan. Apply online, no collateral. Adamson still trailing by 10. Back in a moment. Back inside the Big Dome. This is UAAP Wednesday live on SNA. Adamson at 4-7, really needing to win this game. And FEU now featured in our Fudgy Bar, O Bar Sasaya. Well, they're a happy bunch because they're on top here by 10 points. They're gunning for their 7th win in this tournament as Nunag goes for a hang time move. Falcons on the run. Sabandal to Duwanga, and Duwanga will have 2 free throws.
Great job there for Adamson, getting the stop and pushing the basketball on the other end.
Our Pogoy, FEU legend,
That's his second
in
foul.
the house.
3 on the terminals.
Of course, the Green Archers getting ready for their 4 p.m. showdown with the UST
Duwanga.
Growling Tigers.
That's also a big game for them, coming off a loss against FEU.
Daniel Krishnan, former FEU courtside reporter.
Parang wala na rin game na hindi mo pwedeng sabihing big game for them. Parang lahat big game na from here on now.
You know what I like about FEU? A lot of the former players, they really make an effort to support their alma mater, support their either former teammates or even the guys na yung matagal nang graduate, wala nang wala nang connection to the current team.
Offensive foul on number 35.
They really like giving back, coming back.
A
Out of their former players either come back to watch or come back to coach.
Oh, that's right. It's just either of the two.
Watch or coach lang.
At least when you coach, you don't need a ticket anymore.
May ID ka na.
Kasama ka na sa team. Meantime, Christian Bernardo is in the ball game for the first time. Handoff to Lastimosa. Under 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Anmisi. Anmisi on the move. Oh, that runner is blocked by Comboy. Shot clock continues to run. Anmisi. Wow, every basket by Anmisi has been hard-earned.
That's a tough floater there for Jeric Anmisi. We know he has that floater, but in traffic.
Missed by Chuente. Falcons down by 8 with 1 minute and 27 remaining in the second quarter. Bernardo Lastimosa will lose the ball and will go to FEU.
That's the pesky defense of the Tamaraws, especially their guards getting hands on basketballs. But look at the shot here by Jerica Nisi, Comboy and Chuente all over him. But finding a way to get it over the outstretched arms of Pat Chuente is Jerica Nisi.
Alforque on the move. Alforque.
Natutunan niya yun
This,
sa...
this Alforque and LJ Gonzalez, ha?
Pareho.
Masama yung mga balak nyo, ha, against your defenders. You keep stepping on the brakes.
You're gonna make them run full speed para mahabol ka, tas hihinto bigla eh.
And then you have a guy like RJ Barrientos getting ready to join this team in the future. My golly. Meantime, Lastimosa, runner is good.
Jerome Lastimosa.
Float game has been money for Adamson, at least here in the second quarter.
You know, right now, 10 of the 11 players used by Coach Olsen have scored.
Wow. And you're talking about a defensive-minded team,
You
huh?
got guys like Joseph Nuna coming off the bench hitting 3-point shots. And Ken Tuffin now with in double figures with 11 points. That was a master play of the game for Ken Tuffin.
And his first bucket within the three-point line.
Back to a 10-point advantage for FEU as we count down the seconds, the remaining seconds of the second quarter. FEU can write the last sentence of the second chapter. Comboy has it. One-hander is good.
Giving him a taste of his own medicine. Wendell Comboy using that floater over Jerica Hanisi.
At the end of the first half, our score
I mean, really no better way to end the first half for FEU on a beautiful looking shot by Comboy. And this was a beautiful first half for FEU, on top by 12, 43-31. We'll be back with more from the Big Dome after these. And back inside the Big Dome, our halftime score, it is 43 for FEU and 31 for Adamson. Our PS Bankable fan of the game coming from the FEU side of the Big Dome. Deposit checks in a snap with PS Bank Mobile. Download now. She is ecstatic because the Tamaraws have really controlled the pace here in the first two quarters. Get 10% off on select UAAP merchandise items today. Visit uapstore.com now and flex your school spirit. Kapamilya, commute warrior ka ba sa ABS-CBN TV Plus Go? Masusurvive mo na ang stress ng araw-araw na traffic, haba ng pila at hassle ng commute. Catch the UAP live as it airs. No data charges while watching. Follow TV Plus Go on Facebook to know more. Catch all the UAP 82 men's basketball action on I Want Just download the iWant app or go to www.iwant.ph/sports and watch the games live and on replay anytime, anywhere. The most anticipated grown-ups only event in Kidzania, Manila is back on November 25th at 6 to 11 p.m. Kidzania, Manila will have its yearly grown-ups night where grown-ups can finally take a break from adulting, live out their dream jobs, and play in Kidzania for just a night. Book now via kdx.abs-cbn.com and don't miss this. For more information, visit manila.kidzania.com. Again, our halftime score is 43 for FEU, 31 for Adamson. We'll be back with more after these. At the half, FEU leading over Adamson, 43-31, matching their biggest lead of the game, and they've certainly controlled action here in the first or after the first 2 quarters. So let's find out what happened in the first 2 quarters, courtesy of my partner, Mikey Reyes.
Just great basketball shown here by FEU on both ends of the floor. Not only are they making life tough for Jerica and Missy, Val Chaco, and the rest of the Falcons, but they've been really finding each other, getting open shots, easy baskets, whether it be outside, down low, see player movement, ball movement. Kenneth Tuffin starting really that scoring onslaught for FEU. Although Adamson has been hanging around, but really just sharing the basketball and finding open shots is FEU.
Yeah, give a ton of credit to the FEU guards. They're so actively looking for people in the corner, people wide open for 3.
And their pesky defense also, talking about the guards of FEU. So really playing both ends of the floor are LJ Gonzalez, Wendell Comboy, Royce Alforque, even Nuna coming off the bench helping out the cause of FEU. So Adamson needs to really find answers for this offense and defensive prowess of FEU, at least for the first half.
And what we've noticed also for the first 2 quarters, most of the shots of Adamson, they've been tough.
Oh yeah, I mean, a lot of effort has to be put in to even just see the rim at makapag-asinta ka ng tira, talking about Adamson and just really the defense of FEU holding their ground.
And let's show the pertinent numbers from that first half.
Well, really sharing the basketball, averaging 15 assists a game. Last game, they had 19 assists against the LSU, talking about FEU. And with those 9 assists, they've gotten easier shots from the outside, 7 3-pointers for them. That's 6 more, 18 points more than the shooting, one of the best shooting teams in the league, talking about the Adamson scoring Falcons. At dun din ang gagaling yung field goal percentage na mataas ng FEU, 45% from their ball movement, player movement, and being able to trust each other and have the confidence to let it fly from the outside.
I agree with you. I think they need to be the Adamson scoring Falcons, no? Pagdating ng second half.
But here, just holding, again, the Adamson scoring Falcons to a low field goal percentage. Jerica and Missy though, but these are all 10 points. Lahat yan pinaghirapan ni Jerica and Missy, along with the 7 rebounds of Lenda Duanga. Sa kabila naman, Kenneth Tuffin, 3 3-pointers in the first half to the result of 11 big points. Pat Chuente being the anchor again on the defensive end with 10 rebounds. And Royce Alforque, not really scoring that much, pero 3 assists for him off the bench.
So let's find out what the soaring Falcons, because they're trailing here, they need to bounce back in the second half. Let's find out what they talked about in their locker room, courtesy of Rain Matienzo. Rain?
It is a test of character for us if we can handle pressure well, Mika and Mikey. Those were Coach Franz Pomaran's words before the Falcons had to face the pesky defenders of FEU. Finding good shots still is the problem, seeing that double-digit trail. Yet the shooters like Jerica Hanmisi really proving and giving the Tamaraws a good fight despite that despite forcing tough shots. On our defense naman, ang gusto makita ni Coach Franz ay ang mas malakas na depensa ng Falcons and really challenge FEU shots. But he says that for that to happen, they need to be able to locate the shooters of the Tamaraws and prevent them from killing us with their perimeter shooting. Still, despite the trail, Coach sees that the Adamson soaring Falcons are playing well and really putting up a good fight. Taking a note from their quote on our whiteboard earlier in the dugout saying, "We live to fight another day." Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Rain, for really bringing us inside that Adamson locker room. This Adamson team needs to erase a 12-point deficit when we begin action in the second half.
Well, you talk about pressure, sabi nga ni Coach Franz Pomaran, and that's pressure on different levels. Pressure na binibigay ng FEU guards, pressure of being down 12 points entering the second half, and the pressure of also this being a very important game for them.
And then let's find out how FEU plans to sustain what they did from the first half with Maris Domingo. Maris?
Well, Mika and Mikey, ever since the start of the season, Coach Olsen Rosella had been inculcating to the boys that they are the Davids and the competing teams are the Goliaths. The team knows they lack players with towering height, but you know, Mika and Mikey, they are filled with brave players who are accepting of their roles. We've seen in the first quarter that the players have been controlling the game while they have been learning out their defensive play. Coach Olsen Rosella applauded team captain Ken Tuffin and of course Patrick Chuente, who were always available during rebounds. And the second quarter, FEU had a constant lead, but you know, Coach Olsen Rosella was not contented and didn't want what he sees inside the court. He said, we're not doing well in defense. Nakikipagpalitan lang tayo ng puntos. Let's pressure them. Now in the remaining quarters, Miko and Mikey, what Coach Olsen wants to see in the boys is the kind of defense that they showcased in the last game and put all their brave heart and spirit in this major game. Back to you, Mika and Mikey.
Thank you, Marisa. That's a scary thought. Kasi para kay Coach Olsen, kulang pa yung depensa. They're on top by 12. Yeah, Adamson is working hard for points, and Coach Olsen, like all coaches, he's not yet happy.
We've been commending the defense of FEU, and you just see the standard of Rara Racela. Hindi pa daw maganda yung depensa nila. They're trading buckets pa daw, so we're gonna see a whole different FEU pa in the second half.
Back in a moment. Checking out our Coho creating beautiful plays, and FU had a lot of those in that first half. Look at a setup job for Ken Tuffin, and then Alforque finds Comboy. FU's really known for their ball movement here in UAAP Season 82.
And all you need to see in a highlight was there. The effort to get that ball back, the extra pass, the attack to the rim, and the drop-off, resulting to 2 points for Ken Tuffin.
Welcome to the second half. This is UAAP Wednesday live on SNA.
Ayun yung pressure na sinasabi ni Coach Olsen. I need you to pressure the basketball a little bit more.
Well, they pressured the ball a lot in the first half, and Coach Olsen really raising the standards for defense here in the third period. That's a traveling violation against LJ Gonzalez.
And that's what Adamson needs to do, is to match that effort, that energy, that intensity, and especially on that side of the floor.
Shot clock at 14
Well, you know,
seconds.
speed and intensity-wise, if you have LJ Gonzalez and Alforque on one side, you have Jerome Lastimosa and Val Chauca on the other side.
A lot of firepower on both teams. It's just that yung FEU medyo mas defensive-minded compared to the Adamson Soaring Falcons backcourt at least.
Pushing
But you know,
foul
if they
on
can
number
match that
20,
intensity,
Kentucky.
especially
Yes, yes.
skill-wise
First foul,
naman,
wall at
laban
the
yung
timeout.
apat na yun eh. It's really just willingness
14 seconds
to
to shoot.
defend and make life tough for the other team.
Lastimosa will start the play. Falcons still down by 12. Lastimosa knocks down the three.
And showing us the stroke is Jerome Lastimosa to start the second half. That's a great way to start.
And that was a master play of the game for Jerome Lastimosa. Chuente. That shot won't bite. Duanga joins Lastimosa, Anisi, Manlapas, and Camacho on the hard court. Pull up, Lastimosa. A rebound for Alex Stockton. He's stepping on the gas. Stockton on the move. Stockton to Tuffin, and the basket will not count.
Fortunately for Adamson, Alex Stockton didn't
Blocking
shoot
foul
that
on
after
number
the
7,
whistle was
Jerome
blown. But
Lastimosa.
great job again
That's
for
his
Alex
second
Stockton,
foul,
being
one of the
aggressive.
Soaring
Started
Falcons.
this game out. Haven't seen him since that time.
Shot clock at
Pero
20 seconds.
right here in the second half, entering the second half, being aggressive again, trying to push the tempo.
Here's Stockton. Stockton inside. Stockton blocked by Duanga. Lastimosa in the open court. Good tap there by LJ Gonzalez. Gonzalez.
And that's just the extra effort that Coach Olsen Rosella was asking from his players.
Gonzalez against Camacho. Speed advantage. Gonzalez. Nice swipe there by Manlapas to Camacho. Camacho is fouled.
And I didn't know I'd see the day that someone would stop LJ Gonzalez one-on-one.
We check our
Foul on
McDonald's
number 30,
instant
Cyrus
replay.
Torres.
Oh, making
That's his second foul.
amazing dance, but then the Duanga was there to save the day for Adamson.
Shooting two,
Simon
Simon
Camacho using
Camacho.
his length and athleticism to get in front of LJ Gonzalez, getting the swipe, and on the other end, attacking the rim for 2 free throws, although he did miss that first one.
Second personal foul on Cyrus Torres. And this will be the second free throw for veteran Simon Camacho.
4 points, 3 rebounds so far for Simon. 0 of 2 from the free throw line.
Stockton.
And he won't stop attacking. Talking about Alex Stockton.
Holding
Nasa
foul
pala
on
pala
number
kanina,
alam mo si
10,
Alex
Simon
Stockton.
Camacho.
Even
That's
if he has
his
an
first
open
foul,
lane, he will
two of the
find a
Soaring
way
Falcons.
na may tatamaan siyang kalaban. And that's just intensity.
17 seconds to
And I
shoot.
would have loved it if nag-head-to-head kay Alex Stockton sa UAAP. I would have loved that.
Ako pa naman yung type na, wag mo akong banggain. Pagalingan lang tayo.
As Torres loses the ball, Manlapas has it. Lastimos wide open. Oh, his shot was deflected.
Coach Olsen Rosella just getting into his players there. Again in the dugout, he told them he still needs to see extra effort on the defensive end for FEU. And again, deflecting that shot from Jerome Lastimosa. That's the type of shot na pwedeng bigay mo na eh. Kumbaga, malayo na ako pero hinapol pa doon ni Cyrus Torres.
So great effort by Torres. Here's Tuffin. Get Tuffin to Chuente, back to Tuffin. Tuffin goes right, and Simon Camacho commits a foul.
That's what
Foul
Ken
on
Tuffin
number 10, Simon
has
Camacho.
done, at least in
That's
the
his
first
second
half,
foul, 3
to
of
make
the Soaring
Adamson
Falcons.
adjust. Simon Camacho needed to go out at Ken
Shot clock
Tuffin
at
all the way to the
14
3-point line in that possession. One foul done, si Simon Camacho.
Second personal foul against Camacho, and the third team foul against the Falcons. Stockton, Gonzalez. Oh, that was blocked by Manlapas. The athleticism of Manlapas and the athleticism of Lastimosa. Great defensive stand there
Shot
by
clock violation.
the Soaring Falcons.
2 blocks there for Adamson on jump shots on LJ Gonzalez, and being aware of the shot clock also are AP Manlapas and Jerome Lastimosa, knowing na titira na yun ni LJ Gonzalez, getting blocks there for Adamson.
Manlapas inside, emergency pass, Duanga to Anisi. Shot clock reads 10. And Jerick misses. Tuffin could not get the rebound. Duanga has it. Outside to Lastimosa. 9 to shoot for Adamson. Still trailing here by 9 points. And Jerome Lastimosa will miss. Stockton with the rebound.
And again, FEU just giving Adamson tough shots, making them score.
Nice pass. Stockton to Chuente. Rebound for Duanga. Lenda Duanga now with 9 rebounds in the ball game.
Also anchoring the paint is Lenda Duanga, making life tough for Pat Chuente, who again broke out in their first round matchup with 21. In the first half, only 2 points for Pat Chuente.
Rebound Gonzalez. LJ's on the move. Fires a pass to Torres to Tuffin. Tuffin back to Torres. Lots of time to shoot for FEU. Torres against Camacho. Torres lost his balance. Chuente, no. And that ball will end up with Jerome Lastimosa.
Again, great individual defense for Simon Camacho on the clear out, staying in front of his guy and making it tough for Cyrus Torres.
Manlapas. Traveling violation against AP Manlapas. The ball will go back to FEU. Some personnel change here. Ino Comboy is back in the ball game, as well as Royce Alforque. Torres and Gonzalez are going to the bench. Edgeboy Mojica and Val Chauca are back on the floor for Adamson.
Coach Olsen talking about defense in halftime, forcing Adamson to only 1 of 6 from the field, although wala rin silang opensa at 0 and 7. So that's really a defensive game so far here in the second half for both teams.
FEU has yet to score here in the third quarter. Stockton wants to do something about it. Toughen for three. Rebound for Val Chauca. Chauca from the corner.
Oh, that's one of the few times that Val Chauca is going to find himself wide open. I'm sure he wants to take that one back.
Meantime, Alforque hands it over to Comboy. Shot clock reads 12. Comboy on the left side. Shot clock reads 8. Wendelino Comboy gets away, and a putback is good for Panchuente.
Again, that's aggressiveness coming from the guards of FEU. Wendell Comboy, even though he missed, he did get the attention of Lenda Duanga, leaving Panchuente wide open for the stick back.
First field goal for FEU in the third quarter. We're nearing the halfway mark of the third period. Ahan Misi to Mojica. Mojica fires as we hit our Gatorade hydration checkpoint.
Again, great defense for FEU though, but can they convert?
And that will be a foul against Simon Camacho. That will be his third.
And I like
Pushing
how
foul on
Alex
number
Stockman
10,
has
Simon
really
Camacho.
attacked the paint, got inside the teeth of the defense, and kicked out to open
And the
shooters.
timeout.
Simon
That is the
Camacho
third
and the
foul.
Soaring
Simon
Falcons
Camacho,
still
14
trailing here
fouls
by
for the
11
Soaring
points. We'll be back in a moment. Back with our video coach's winning ways. Olsen Racelas won every possible award,
Shot
has
clock
won
at
every
17
possible
seconds.
trophy a player can win in his illustrious career. From the UAAP all the way to the PBA. And he's sharing all of that knowledge to all the FEU players as Comboy knocks down the three.
Comboy, three.
Domino's Pizza, what a delivery play.
That's a big three off of the timeout for FEU. Wendell Comboy, only the second field goal for FEU in this game. Adamson, well, FEU has been scoring, but they've also clamped down on the Adamson scoring Falcons. Scoreless in the last 5 minutes and change for the Falcons.
Alforque fires a three. Another rebound for Duanga, and he was fouled.
But you see the effort there for Ken
Pushing
Tuffin.
foul on
Right
number
now, kay
20,
Duanga
Ken
na yung bola,
Tuffin.
still trying to
That's
get
his
that
second
ball back.
foul.
As we look at this,
Three on
Royce
the
Alforque,
timeout.
the patience to look at Panchuente, getting the attention was Pat, and leaving Wendell Comboy wide open from the left wing, and Sidney Crespo, I'm sure missing his former boys.
Is there like an FEU
Nandito lang.
reunion? Why is everybody here? Meantime, Lastimosa trying to lob that pass to Duanga, and that's a turnover.
Again, great defense for
Lastimosa
FEU.
telling Duanga, kailangan mo tumalon, Brad, to catch that pass.
Not only telling him, yung mga pinakita pa niya.
Dinemo eh. Meantime, here's Alforque. Under 4 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. And now Alforque will go to work against Bernardo.
Dribbling
A
violation.
little too much sauce on that hesitation move was Royce Alforque.
He really got excited because natapat sa kanya big eh.
Yun ang ano eh, lalo na pag maliit kang mabilis. Tapos nag-switch sa pick and roll. Okay, akin na to. A little too much sauce there for Royce Alforque. Ball will go back to Adamson.
And Alforque now harassing Val Chauca. 3.5 to go in the third quarter. FEU still ahead. 48-34. Mojica. Handoff. Lastimosa. Lastimosa drops Comboy, but Comboy gets the rebound off the miss. Comboy is on the move, trying to go for a bounce pass to toughen Lastimosa to Mojica, and Mojica is fouled, and the basket is good. And that was a yellow cab end-to-end play for the Adamson Soaring Falcons.
Defense to offense for the Falcons. Jerome Lastimosa, almost a highlight for him. They're finding Mojica here on that very next possession off of the steal, and Mojica finishing in one opportunity for Coach Franz Pumaren's Falcons.
And Mojica completes the three-point play. Adamson still trying to climb back in this game.
I was about to say that FEU has stopped Val Chauca and the rest of the Falcons, but stopping is an understatement. Val Chauca has 0 points here today.
And Lenda Duanga making up for it with rebounds and putbacks and a Yamaha Mio #1 move. The Falcons still working to get back in this game. We'll be back after this timeout. The Philippines placed host to the 2019 SEA Games with the theme "We Win as One." The opening ceremony is on November 30. That's a Saturday, and you can catch SEA Games action right here on SNA, Liga, the ABS-CBN Sports website, and I Want. So glad you could join us on this pleasant Wednesday afternoon. Coming to you from the Big Dome. Nico Alili with Mikey Reyes, Rain Matienzo, and Maurice Domingo. Your broadcast quartet for this afternoon. And right now, FEU still ahead, 48-39.
Usually getting good possessions off of timeouts is FEU, but at that time, throwing the ball away was Alex Stockton. Ball will go back to Adamson and the momentum.
Mojica off the glass. Furious battle for the basketball.
Basta may battle, nandun si Alex Stockton. Si Black Panther, basta may battle. And here we're talking about Val Chauca, 19 points in their last game against UP, 17 in the first half. But here today, just not finding the mark at all. 0 of 6 from the field. Tignan mo naman, nakaluhod na, dumedepensa pa si Alex Stockton.
That's a foul on Stockton. And You know, Val Chauca did not appreciate kasi nahawakan ni Stockton sa neck. Ayan, oh. Medyo sumapit yung kamay ni Stockton sa neck ni Chauca. Chauca did not like it. Made Stockton noon. Tsaka nagulo yung bandana ni Chauca kasi nagalit eh.
Saka yung buhok eh.
And Chauca and Stockton need to be separated here.
But I believe this is what Val Chauca needs also. 2 free throws for him, 2 open shots at the rim. And again, if you're the scorer, you'd want to see the ball go through the hoop. And for Val Chauca, at least here for today, a chance for him to see that for the first time.
You know, I had the privilege to interview UAP legends Carl Brian Cruz, Rich Escoto, Jasper Parker, and Raymar Jose. And I asked, sino ba yung pinakaayaw nyo na player? Ang sabi ni Carl Brian Cruz, wala eh. Kasi nasa amin yun, yung pinakaayaw ng lahat, si Ron Denison na. That's what Carl Brian Cruz said. Of course, he can say that dahil syempre taga-FEU siya eh. But
Ka-practice nila na experience si Ron Denison.
And, you know, it's not FEU unless you have one pesky guy. And you love to have that guy on your team.
And you hate him to be on the other team.
You hate him as an opponent, but you love to have him on your team because that guy, like Stockton, will do everything in their power to help your team win. Here's Stockton on the left side. Approaching the last 2 minutes of the third quarter. Alex Stockton finds Barkley Ebonia who overshoots. Jerome Lastimosa gets the rebound. Lastimosa to Chauca. Chauca zigzagging and then sends it back to Lastimosa. Lastimosa inside. Lastimosa with a miss. And the ball will go out in favor of FEU.
Lastimosa has had opportunities at the rim after a great move to beat his defender and Coach Alvin Ayo. Getting ready for his matchup later on.
Assistant Coach Bakjur Luib. The rest of the UST Growling Tigers getting ready for their 4 p.m. showdown with the De La Salle Green Archers as Ebonia misses the runner and there's a loose ball foul after that miss.
How I miss watching Coach Makjur play. Ayan,
Holding foul on
assisting
number 8,
Coach
Kevin
Alvin
Ebonia,
Ayo.
penalty.
And these are the 2 teams also that Coach Alvin Ayo has to keep an eye on kasi nga sila yung magkakalaban for a Final Four spot.
I bet you still remember that brilliant play by Bakjur Luib in the finals of a free throw. That move should be in the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Yun yung sinabi ni Coach Aldin, mag-assistant sa akin.
Magiging coach to, si Bakjur. That's quite a partnership, by the way. Aldin Ayo and Bakjur Luib, and boy, they're hoping to lead UST to win number 8 later today. Meantime, all eyes are on Lenda Duwanga working hard off the boards. Duwanga with 10 rebounds, or 15 rebounds so far in this game.
It's been a rebound battle between Duwanga and Pat Chuente. 16 rebounds for Chuente, 15 for Duwanga. And here in the third quarter, ice cold is FEU compared to their first half. 14% from the field for the Tamarao is not the kind of offense you want to see.
And LJ Gonzalez could not complete the move. Under 2 minutes remaining here in the third. Falcons down by 7. Chauca fires a 3. That's 17 rebounds for Chuente. Torres, he's open. But says, you know what, I'll just give it to Comboy first. We're not in a rush. Comboy, he fires a 3. Too strong.
And that's 2 misses. The last 2 possessions for FEU. And Val Chauca still continuing to try to score. Still 0 points here so far with 1 minute and 20 left in the third quarter as Coach Olsen Rosella putting in or taking out Pat Chuente. Binigyan muna ng pahinga.
Well-deserved.
Oh, 16 rebounds, 17 rebounds.
Well-deserved breather with just a minute and 19 remaining in the third.
4 steals for Adamson here in the third quarter.
Anmisi. Fermin back to Anmisi. 10 to shoot. Anmisi for 3.
And these are just tough shots from Anmisi and Val Chauca. But these are shots that they can make. So hindi lang talaga nila mabutas pa.
Here's Gonzalez for 2.
The speed of LJ Gonzalez.
Jollibee 100% amazing move for LJ Gonzalez.
We were talking about in the first half how he can go from 100 to 0, but you can't forget how he can go from 0 to 100. And that's a bucket there for LJ Gonzalez.
Meantime, Chauka needs help. Shot clock down to 8. Shot clock down to 5. Chauka for 3.
0 of 8 so far for Fal Chauka. A great defense again for LJ Gonzalez.
And still a 9-point lead for FEU with 17 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Gonzalez drives. That was intended for Ebonya.
That's another drive there for LJ Gonzalez. He could have taken the shot, but look at this. Going left, going all the way to the rim, finishing with his right. LJ Gonzalez again showing us the quickness and the speed to get to the rim.
5 to shoot for FEU. Ebonya to Bran Rebienes. He can hit the 3. He fires the 3. And the shot clock expires. Well, action will continue here. 1 second to go, and Anisi almost beating the buzzer
At the end of the
to end the third quarter.
It's 50 to 41.
FEU still in control. They're on top 50-41 at the end of the third quarter. These. Back inside the Big Dome, 1 more quarter to go in this second round showdown between FEU and Adamson. Later at 4 o'clock, it will be the De La Salle Green Archers against the UST Growling Tigers. And for our fans abroad, you may watch UAAP 82 on TFC online, available for premium subscribers, or you can purchase the UAAP 82 Men's Basketball Season Pass for only $2.99.
Substitution for the Camaraos, Pachuente for Kevin Ebonya.
Quarter scoring, what a quarter
Ladies and
defensively
gentlemen,
for
it's the
both teams
start
in
of
that
the
third
fourth
after
quarter.
a high scoring first half. 10-7 in that pivotal third quarter. And here in the fourth, to start the fourth, this is a crucial moment for both teams as Adamson do not have Jerome Lastimosa and Val Chauka on the floor right now.
Cyrus Torres for 3, and the ball will go to Adamson. Well, both coaches wanted the better defense, and that's exactly what we got in that third quarter. And Misi, open look, a rare open look, but he missed it. Rebound for Torres.
He still can't find the mark as Jerica Hanmisi. He did have 10 points in the first half, but didn't score in that third quarter.
Gonzalez inside. Gonzalez off the glass.
Well, that's a pretty shot there for LJ Gonzalez. Joem Sabandal and LJ Gonzalez going at it here in the seniors division as we saw them in the juniors.
8 points for LJ Gonzalez. Meantime, Sabandal, tough move.
Oh, wow, and this is just Baby Falcon versus Baby Tamarao going at it here right now.
And that was a Jollibee 100% amazing move.
Joem Sabandal trying to stay in front of LJ Gonzalez.
I'm telling you, I get nervous as Branray Bienes connects with a 3. You know, Branray Bienes is the best singer on this team. He can sing. He can.
Oh man, those are the things you learn every day.
That's the thing you learn when you watch, you know, all these vlogs produced by our courtside reporters.
Pinakanta niya si Bienes.
Oh, Branray Bienes, this big guy can hit the high notes as Aaron Fermin connects.
And the rookies are showing off here. In the past few possessions, Gonzalez, Sabandal, now Fermin.
Meantime, here's Gonzalez on the move. Gonzalez all the way.
Again, stopping on a dime and letting Joem Sabandal run past him, and finishing the play off was LJ Gonzalez.
He's in double figures with 10 points. And Misi, no go. Fermin gets it underneath, and Aaron Fermin with 8 points and 4 rebounds off the bench.
Quietly producing is Aaron Fermin underneath the basket, getting the offensive rebound and putting it back in.
Gonzalez fires a 3. A long rebound picked up by Jerica and Misi. 7.5 remaining in the fourth and final quarter. Ahan Misi with a drive, and Ahan Misi for 2.
And that's what Coach Franz Pomare would like to see from Jerica and Misi. Medyo minamalas pa siya from the outside, but he still has the ability to put the ball on the floor and get those easy baskets inside. 2 points there for Jeric.
Comboy fires a 3, top of the key, in and out. Battle for the basketball, and Fermin is on the floor. And the ball will stay with FEU.
And yung swerte ng FEU from the outside in the first half, yun naman yung malas na in the second. But Jerica and Misi with the quick cross all the way to the rim.
For our McDonald's instant replay, Jerica Ahan Misi now with 10 points. Stockton against Moika. Stockton drives and scores.
And I was about to say Aljaz Gonzalez had something to do with the last 9 points of FEU, but there Alex Stockton taking it all the way to the rim, taking that possession on his back and scoring 2 points.
Stockton with 6 points in the ball game. Lastimosa, 15-footer. Duwanga with a rebound, the putback, and he will have a bonus free throw. Plus the boys and points in the paint for the big man of Adamson.
That's 17 rebounds for Lyndon Duwanga in this game. 8 on the offensive end. Just not giving up on the play as Jerome Lastimosa took that shot. Lyndon Duwanga inside, battling multiple green shirts, getting that rebound and putting it back in for the 7th point of the ball game. 7 and 18 for Lyndon Duwanga. 4 and 15 for Pat Chuente.
And Duwanga cuts down that FEU lead to 7 points with 6 and 35 remaining in the fourth. Alforque, Torres, Stockton, Chuente, and Bienes for FEU. Torres fires, can't get the bounce. Lastimosa saves it to the wrong man. Alforque lobs it for Chuente, but the Falcons have it. Lastimosa over to Fermin, and Fermin is fouled.
That's a good pass there for Jerome Lastimosa, leaving it off to Aaron Fermin, who has the opportunity to enter double figures for Adamson. And Alex Stockton again on that 3-on-1 fast break. If there's anyone you'd want to see, if you're FEU, on a 3-on-1 fast break defensively, it's Alex Stockton. Saving 2 points there was Alec.
But he had to commit his 4th personal foul, and the first free throw goes in for Aaron Fermin.
That's 10 points for the rookie, Aaron Fermin.
And this is just a 5-point game. FEU led by as many as 12 points. Alforque. Bienes. We're about to hit the 6-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Alforque outside. Comboy for 3. Straight but short rebound. Duanga.
And again, that's great defense for FEU, forcing Comboy to a tough three-pointer there.
Big opportunity here. Oh, blocked by Chuente. That's a big block. 2 misses there for Adamson. Alforque blocked by Fermin.
And interior defense here shown by both teams.
Lastimosa. Fermin. Back to Lastimosa. This is just a 5-point game. Shot clock reads 8. Ahanmisi for 3. Look at that battle for the rebound between Chuente and Duanga.
Jump ball, possession arrow to the Soaring Falcons.
Look at the defense here for Pat Chuente. The second jump to get that block on Lenda Duanga. On the other end,
Timeout,
or
Adamson
on the next
University.
possession, again, battling against this counterpart, Lenda Duanga and Pat Chuente.
That says it all. We'll be back in a moment.
Shot
5
clock
and
at
16
14
remaining in the
seconds.
fourth and final quarter. FEU 59, Adamson 54. The Tamaraws looking for win number 7. Adamson trying to stay in the hunt, hoping to get their 5th win. Aaron Fermin way off.
That's not the best shot there for Adamson coming off of a timeout. But they have no choice to move on from that. Play defense here, trying to get the ball back. And they're putting up this half-court press, which is Coach Franz is obviously known for.
Let's see what the FEU, how they navigate this Adamson defense as we hit our Gatorade hydration checkpoint for the fourth and final quarter. Tough it. Shot clock down to 8. Inside, Comboy. And that ball ends up with Tuffin. So great effort by Ken Tuffin. 9 to shoot for FEU, up by 5 points. That's could have been a push against LJ Gonzalez. Nonetheless, Aaron Fermin gets the rebound. Manlapas to Anmisi, cross court. Lastimosa, lots of time to shoot for Adamson. Fermin at the post. Fermin, 1 foot shot, no. A rebound for LJ Gonzalez off the tap by Chuente.
Adamson needs to look for better shots on that end, and Coach Franz Pumarin will adjust, sending Simon Camacho back in.
Tuffin. Oh, a steal. Lastimosa on the move. Lastimosa. Yes, sir.
Jerome
That's what
Lastimosa.
Jerome Lastimosa does, the steal and the bucket on the other end.
A C2 fast break for Jerome Lastimosa, and this is just a 3-point game. Gonzalez to Tuffin. Tuffin fires. Rebound, Duanga. What an opportunity here for Adamson.
Oh, a chance for them to tie the game or or cut this lead down
Substitution
further.
for the Soaring Falcons.
Currently on a 7-0
Camacho
run is
for 8
Adamson
minutes.
thanks to plays like this. In crucial moments, in crucial possessions, especially defensively, you can count on Jerome Lastimosa. And look at that
seconds to
spin
shoot.
move and the finish over two Tamaraos. What a play there on both ends for Jerome.
This is just a 3-point game. Anmisi. Camacho with an offensive rebound. Lastimosa. Oh, what a hesitation move! But a shot won't drop. Duwanga fighting hard for the rebound. Well, that was a spectacular move by Lastimosa. Shot just wouldn't drop.
Getting tough enough in the air. But look at this, another battle for the rebound for Pat Chuente and led the Duwanga. LJ Gonzalez wanting to join the party.
Balchauca back in the ball game. So this FEU lead is now at risk with 3:20 remaining in the fourth and final quarter. Tamaraos have not scored in close to 4 minutes. Tafid. Comboy for three. Yes, sir! Manulife Vision player leads to that. 3-point shot by Comboy.
If there's one guy you want to get the ball to, especially during scoring droughts, it's the senior, Wendell Comboy from the outside. Big bucket.
Camacho inside Duwanga, and Duwanga was fouled.
Great job there for Lenda Duwanga sealing off Pat Chuente. But look at this, Ken Tuffin giving it off to his kuya, Wendell Comboy, with all confidence, even though he has been struggling here today, hitting from the outside, just an all-important 3-point basket for FEU, extending this lead back up to 6 points.
Jarek Anmisi with 10 points so far. It will take this time out with 2:50 remaining in the fourth quarter. FEU on top, 62-56. Back inside the Big Dome for UAAP Wednesday live on SNA. It is Adamson versus FEU. Pico Alili with Mikey Reyes, Rain Matienzo, and Maurice Domingo. And right now, the Adamson Soaring Falcons are making a run here after trailing by as many as 12 points. But Wendelino Comboy knocking down the three earlier to keep Adamson at bay.
What a game we've seen here so far from both teams on both ends of the floor. A lot of defensive plays and also a lot of offensive highlights from both teams. Just a perfect matchup here.
Here's Lastimosa on the left side. Anmisi, 4-3. Really can't get that shot to drop, but the Falcons get the ball back. Lastimosa for three. And the ball goes out. It will stay with Adamson. I mean, where would Adamson be without Lenda Duwanga's rebounding in this game?
22 rebounds for Lenda Duwanga, 16 for Pat Chuente. And here again, another battle between those two guys. And just 38 rebounds between the two of them, Duwanga and Chuente.
14 seconds to shoot.
Sarap siguro maging magkakakampi ng ganyan kasi tira ka lang. Akong bahala.
And they just keep getting rebounds. Here's Chauca to Anmisi to Chauca. Chauca, high looper.
And again, that's just the effect of the length of Pat 20. Although meron may iniinda dito si Pat 20, hopefully nothing serious.
Meantime, here's Comboy. Hit a big 3 earlier. Comboy for 3. Chauka with a rebound.
And Adamson was just fortunate on that possession. You can't go down under the ball screen if you're going up against Comboy.
And that will be a foul against the FEU defense with 2:02
Holding
remaining in the
foul
fourth.
on number 13,
Wow,
LJ
Chauka
Gonzalez.
getting that ball
That's
screen
his
off
first
of
foul,
Linda
4
Duanga.
on the
A
Tamaraws.
little too aggressive there was LJ Gonzalez
17
trying to
seconds
hold
to
on
shoot.
to Val Chauka. Trying to keep Val Chauka scoreless in this game.
We're inside the
2
PS
minutes
Bank. Last 2 minutes, PS Bank. Pasend via mobile ang padala mo. Cash agad in
That's
minutes.
good for Jerome Lastimosa.
Again, that hesitation move by Jerome Lastimosa. Second
Foul
time,
number
he
35,
actually gets a bucket
Pachuente.
off of
That's
it.
his third
Gets
foul.
Pachuente up in the
Substitution
air and goes
for
all the way
Tamaraws,
to the rim.
minus
And
for Alex
not
Hoffman.
only will not only kung si Duanga pinag-uusapan natin, where will Adamson be without Duanga? Also, Jerome Lastimosa,
Shooting the
someone you can
bonus,
count
Jerome
on,
Lastimosa.
especially during the crucial moments of the game.
Duanga rebound again. And then Camacho keeps this possession alive. Duanga fakes. Duanga fires and scores.
Lenda Duanga, what a time for him to actually score the basketball. Entering double figures is Duanga. 2-point lead here for FEU.
1 minute and 32 remaining in the fourth and final quarter. Gonzalez behind the back. Gonzalez is fouled.
And that's a tough move for LJ
Foul on
Gonzalez.
number 3, Val Chauka.
Getting Val Chauka
That's
to
his
commit
first
right
foul,
when he went
1 on the
left.
Soaring Falcons.
Coach Franz Pumaren talking to his
Substitution
troops.
for
And
Tamaraws,
Lenda Duanga
Alex Hoffman
working
for
hard,
Santos Torres.
getting the rebounds, and now scoring points.
The only player who won't get distracted by the length of Pat Chuente, obviously, is Lenda Duanga shooting that over. Chuente, 10 points, 22
Evan
rebounds
Ebonia coming in
for Lenda
for
Duanga.
Ken Tuffin.
Mark Libonia back in the ball game for FEU.
Shooting 2, LJ
So 2 free
Gonzalez.
throws for LJ Gonzalez, and the first is good.
Only LJ's first free throw of the ball game. 11 points for LJ Gonzalez, along with 3 assists.
Split on the line. So it's a 3-point game. Adamson trailing by 3. Chauka has the basketball. Nisi now has it. 15 to shoot, 1 minute and 17 remaining in the fourth. Nisi fires. Camacho offensive rebound. Lastimosa on the move. Lastimosa to Anisi. And now Chauka fires a 3. Rebound for Alex Stockton.
And still cannot connect from the field as Ahan Misi and Val Chauka, at least here in the fourth. And LJ Gonzalez doing the right thing, calming his troops down.
9 to shoot. Gonzalez. Stockton. Nowhere to go. And the Falcons get the basketball. 37 seconds remaining in the fourth. It's a 3-point game.
What a
Lastimosa has it.
What a defensive effort for Adamson there.
Shot clock down to 10. Lastimosa. Bullet pass inside. No basket for Camacho, and the Tamaraws have it. And the Falcons have no other recourse but to give up the foul.
And in FEU
Foul on
fashion,
number 3, Val
trying to
Chauka.
secure
That's his
this
second
win
foul,
off
2
of
on
a
the Soaring
defensive
Falcons.
stop. And really nowhere to go was Adamson on that possession. As Simon Camacho tried to salvage that
Timeout
possession.
for Eastern University.
We'll take this timeout. 18 seconds remaining. Tamaraws on top by 3. Back inside the Big Dome with our PS Bankable assist of the game. Parang PS Bank personal loan na maasahan. Apply online, no collateral. Falcons trying to find a way to get back in this. They're down by 3 with 18 seconds remaining. It's going to be FEU basketball.
And they might need to play the foul game. Talking about Adamson here, down by 3. 18 seconds, shot clock is off. For the final, how many minutes of this game? Obviously, tatagal pa to with all the substitutions. And the Duang will be sent to the bench here. And look at this defensive 5. Coach Franz Pumarin put in terms of pressuring the basketball. Lastimosa, Sabandal, Hierro.
There's a foul given up by Joem Sabandal. You can see that the Falcons have fouls to give with 16.9 remaining in the ball game.
One more for Adamson before they enter the penalty.
Gonzalez still in the backcourt.
There's that foul to give, that final foul to give for Adamson. So next foul will send Tamaraw to the free throw line.
Substitution for Adamson University, Val Chauca.
So Chauca is back. Sabandal will go to the bench. And Barclay Ebonia will start the play for FEU. 13.9 seconds remaining. And now it's Cyrus Torres who will start the play. Camacho sent back in for defense.
Your FEU, the one thing you just
Substitution
need
for
to
the Tamaraws.
avoid is a turnover.
Alforque
Is back in the ball game. That's another ball handler for the Tamaraws. Uh-oh, Torres needs a target. Torres needs a target. And the Falcons get the ball.
Oh, that's a big play there for Adamson. Look at the defense, just pressuring, denying Wendell Comboy of the basketball was Jerome Lastimosa.
Great tap by Lastimosa. Really going high to tap that basketball.
Also, Hierro from the blind side, doubling Wendell Comboy. Down by 3 is Adamson. But the three-point line hasn't been good with the Adamson Soaring Falcons in this game. Less than 8% from deep.
Now, after a review of that play, the officials deemed that it's FEU basketball because it was last touch on Adamson. So 12.3 seconds to go. It will still be FEU basketball, and they're on top by 3 points. For the Adamson Soaring Falcons, they have 2 games remaining. They'll face the UST Growling Tigers. That's Saturday in Linares. And then next Wednesday against the Green Archers at the Mall of Asia Arena.
All important games from here on out for both teams, as FE will also have a big one against the UE Red Warriors, and UE trying to end their season on a good note. As for FU, trying to secure that Final Four spot with a win today and hopefully another win in their last game for the elimination round.
De La Salle Green Archers getting ready for their 4 p.m. showdown with the UST Growling Tigers here inside the Big Dome. Meantime, Wendell Lino Comboy will start the play for FEU. 12 seconds remaining here in the 4th quarter. Last touch on LJ Gonzalez. That's the turnover that Adamson wanted to force.
And again, crucial possession, crucial
Timeout,
defensive
Adamson
possession. Jerome
University.
Lastimosa making things happen for Adamson.
Back in a moment. .4 seconds remaining in this second round showdown. And Adamson doing an excellent job on defense, forcing the turnover, and now they have an opportunity to perhaps tie the game if they hit a three-point shot.
They need a big one here. Only their third of the game if ever they make it. Timeouts left, no more for both teams. And again, the three-point shot hasn't been nice to Adamson the way it's been all season long. Only 2 of 26 here today. Less than 8% from deep are the Falcons here this afternoon.
And Misi, Camacho, Falcons down by 3 points, 7 seconds remaining. Lastimosa still at Lastimosa for 3. And that will do it. The FEU Tamaraw survive a late Adamson rally, and FEU will move up to 7 and 6 in the team standings.
They used their defensive prowess to secure the win. Great individual defense there for Barkley Eponia, making it tough for Jerome Lastimosa to see the rim and hit that outside shot. And that's a big win for FEU. And Adamson, as we see from Simon Camacho's face, is officially out of the Final Four race. And that's just how important this game was for the Adamson Soaring Falcons, as it was for the FEU Tamaraws.
So FEU edging out the Adamson Soaring Falcons 63-60. A gutsy effort by Adamson, but it was not enough because Pat Chuente and the Tamaraws, boy, they stood strong. And Pat Chuente is our PS Bankable Player of the Game. PS Bank Home Loan. Isang araw lang, may bahay ka na.
Oh, you want to talk about the offensive guys of FEU, Comboy, Gonzalez, and Tuffin, 11 points each. But Pat Chuente, I believe, was the man who anchored the paint all game long, 16 rebounds. And he was also the reason why the guards of FEU can run out to the shooters of Adamson, making life tough for the scorers of the Falcons.
This Dataland Residential's quality win was won by FEU. FEU now moves to 7 and 6. They can finish the elimination round at 8 and 6 if they win on Sunday versus UE. Our AXA Know You Can player of the game is Wendelino Comboy.
And maybe the biggest shot of the game, as FEU was having problems finding the rim, getting a bucket. They gave it to Wendell Comboy, and a big three pushed their lead up. And there was no looking back for the FEU Tamaraws as they will enter their final game with a chance for that second seed as they go up against UE.
Coming up at 4 this afternoon, the De La Salle Green Archers go for win number 6. The UST Growling Tigers go for win number 8. It is going to be La Salle versus UST coming up at 4 p.m. live here on SNA. The race to the Final Four is getting tighter and tighter. The games getting harder and harder to win. The FEU Tamaraws resilient using defense, withstanding a late Adamson rally, and FEU winning over Adamson 63-60. FEU moves up to 7 and 6. Adamson eliminated from the Final Four race. For Maris Domingo, Rain Matienzo, my partner Mikey Reyes, I'm Miguel Alili saying thank you for watching the UAAP on SNA. La Salle versus UST next.